to you.
And hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Riptide here, and this is another different video. If some of you have been following my channel for a while, you will know that I have made a video before about is the internet a good or a bad thing for humanity, and my overall response was make more of these videos. Now, that one wasn't, like, when I ask people, like, just how much they liked it, most people's reaction to it is, it wasn't my favorite, but I enjoyed listening to it for the most part. So hopefully, you will enjoy listening to this video today. So, this is coming from a YouTuber, so I am probably going to have different opinions than other people. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about, is clickbait is clickbait immoral, basically. I took a long time to find that word, I apologize. So this is a very touchy subject because a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. So I have taken this thumbnail from a very popular YouTuber, and I have taken one of my very good friends, Mitch on Itch's thumbnails. Now, as you can see, the popular YouTuber totally has a very good thumbnail. It is good quality, but it doesn't tell what the video is. It's almost pure clickbait. So Mitch on Itch, while his thumbnail really doesn't tell much of a story, and maybe it's not the most eye-catching thing in the world, he's not straight up lying to his viewers. So I think the general question is, you know, what is the line of clickbait? Because, let me get this straight. There is two different types of clickbaiting. Oh, and by the way, I'm just playing some random Minecraft in the background. If you guys have an idea for something I could put in the background of these videos, that's not extremely labor extensive, I would really appreciate it. But, yes, two types of clickbaiting. One type is, like, the type that is eye-catching, you know, because if you don't have a thumbnail, normally that means you aren't going to get as many views, right? That's not the case for the very popular YouTubers, and sometimes it's not the case for channels at my level, who are definitely smaller channels. But in the mid-range, thumbnails are very important. Because I feel like when you're in the middle YouTube-ish, like 5 mil subscribers, I want to say, because not everyone has 100 million subscribers, okay? When you're in that middle, like 5 to 10 mil subscriber range, I feel like your thumbnails are what brings in most of the audience, because you're big enough that you're appearing on the trending list, right? That's when you start getting on the trending list and you have a pretty good following. So to get new viewers, thumbnails are very important. And in the thumbnails, you have to clickbait. But there's, as I said, there's two different types of clickbaiting. One clickbaiting, which is the first one I want to cover, is the type of clickbaiting that I like to do. That is basically just kind of overhype the video, because hopefully you're striving to make good, entertaining content. But you definitely need a good thumbnail, otherwise you're less likely to click on. Like, I know Madden mobile videos, especially, if I didn't make a thumbnail, it wouldn't be a series right now. It's the thumbnails that keep that series alive and make it one of my most viewed series. So what I do is I tend to put cards that I either pull in the video or are the same overall. And, you know, when you're pulling a really good player, people sometimes like to see your reaction, or they want to know how you got it, or they want to know how you got that good player. And when they see that you got a good player in the thumbnail, or maybe in the title as well, because clickbaiting in YouTube goes far beyond the thumbnail. It's also in the title. The title is another big one. So when they see that I'm doing something that they're interested in, they are more likely to click on it, especially if it looks like I am doing a very, very large amount of something that they are excited in, if I'm making any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, and I apologize for that. But basically, the more interested that I can get people in my thumbnail, the more likely that they are to click on. And same goes for the title, which is why I try, sometimes my titles are very, very unoriginal, and other times I make pretty original titles, I want to say. So yeah, and though I don't like lying to my viewers, okay? If someone clicks on your video and they see that your video is absolutely nothing of what the thumbnail portrayed it to be, then they are less likely to subscribe and support you, which is why I don't like dishonest clickbaiting. I do, however, approve of making maybe, like, say I make a really boring Minecraft video, right? But I upload daily, so I need something to put up, right? I have to make if I make like a really good thumbnail, like, oh, I found blah 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 diamonds, good loot stuff, epic build, yada 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 yada, in the thumbnail or the title, and then they watch the video and all I did was wander around a desert for half an hour, that they're not going to subscribe, because they know that I'm not an honest person, and they also know that I'm just gonna wander around deserts for yada yada yada, you know. And then they're like, my favorite example of a good title and a good thumbnail are thumbnails and titles from Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy's series. So here's a screenshot of a title and thumbnail from one of his videos, and I absolutely love them, because when you look at the faces of those animatronics, they look so eye-catching, and so does the title. But at the same time of it being extremely eye-catching and interesting, it tells you what the video is going to be. Now, that doesn't mean that Markiplier has never clickbaited, and I mean, I have too, and in the dishonest way as well. It's very, very, very rare, though, because, as I said, I do not like lying to my viewers. So, yeah, I know that the popular YouTubers do it a lot, but those ones that really do it, like, what's, like, Sniper Wolf, for example, or this reaction channel that is up right now. If I tell you that this is the best video on YouTube and it's the most boring video on YouTube, you're not going to trust me. You're probably not going to like me as a person. And what I just said, not 100% backed up by fact, but I've noticed it, I've heard them talk about it, and I've also seen different videos on it. But yeah, I'm not going to pull that up right now. So yeah, the question is, how often do I do it? So if we're looking at my channel, my most recent one that I can think of is my Packers video, where I did tell the story. I did say that it was mainly about the Packers, you know? But I said the words, keep Blake Martinez, ? And first round wide receiver question mark, which are exactly the things that I'm against, but they are more controversial, right? And I did not talk about those in that video, or at least, I didn't want the Packers to do those things, but I portrayed that I did in the thumbnail. And let me tell you, for some reason, people love videos that have controversy. For some reason, people love watching controversial videos because, I don't know, some people just like to give their opinion on stuff like that. And I think that that's good, because in my reality, in my mind, that's the beauty of the internet. But yeah, is it immoral to clickbait? Well, the thing is that obviously clickbaiting goes far, 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 far out from YouTube. In news articles, this brings me back. Last spring, after the Packers head coach Matt LaFleur had been hired, he's brand new, and the news articles tried saying that he and the Packers star quarterback Aaron Rodgers weren't getting along. So they had it in their titles. They showed disappointed A-Rod faces. And the, when you're scrolling through and you see them, that's the main picture that showed up. Everything. And then you clicked on it, and it was backed by even less evidence than my statement that people have, that reaction channels, or not reaction channels, that clickbaity channels have the least subscriber to view ratio, right? And it made a lot of people mad, and especially after the Packers had the season that they did, where clearly there was no beef between Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur. And now guess what? Those people look like fools. So the question is, though, is it immorally wrong to clickbait? And my answer for you is kind of. And all of you are going, oh, brother, can't give a straight answer. Well, as I said, if your thumbnail or your title is telling the story, but it's weird or quirky or something's a bit distorted, but it's still the truth, there's nothing wrong with that. If you do not look interesting on the outside, then people are never going to want to find out if you are interesting on the inside, which is watching your videos, liking them, subscribing, and viewing them. Because let me tell you, as a YouTuber, I rejoice more over a video that got 8 views, 0 likes, and 0 subscribers for me if all those 8 viewers watched the video through. Because to me, that proves that they were interested in my video. I care more about watch time than almost any other stat, but let's face it, subs are pretty nice. And at the same time, the people that clickbait those articles, you do have to understand it's their job, okay? The more clicks they get, the more money they get, okay? You just have to understand that that's a business sometimes. People are trying to put food on their family's plates. For me, though, my channel is not monetized, so for me, it's a hobby. So if I were to falsely clickbait someone, yes, that is immorally wrong. Why? Because lying and backstabbing is immorally wrong. So, I hope that you all are enjoying these kind of philosophy type videos. If you want more, tell me in the comments, or you can like the video. I would appreciate knowing, because for all I know, you guys hate these and you're lying to me. Please don't. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next wave.